Welcome. Okay, in this video I'm just going to do some additional comments based on the photos here on GameSpot.com of the game Dark Void. I have no idea what that's a picture of. Oh, wait a minute. Yes, I do. I'll tell you about it later. Alright. In this picture, there you have the main character, the player. Obviously, he's flying on his jetpack. He's going through this tunnel. Alright, I remember this part of the game. This part of the game is where you travel from Earth to the Void, which is the other dimension that all these aliens are coming from. So you go underground through this tunnel. It's a really long path. There's like rocks and stuff, meteors floating inside here that you have to dodge. There's basically only one direction you can go. And there's a part where it's just straight down. You can fall. You don't even have to hover. You might as well just turn your jetpack off and allow yourself to fall. And that's how you get that terminal velocity achievement. And then after the falling, you don't want to fall too much because there is eventually a pit. You got to turn your jetpack back on, hover, and then fly straight. And then you come to the hangar. In the hangar, there's a whole bunch of enemies, and they all pretty much have jetpacks, and there's one of those really big guys with the eye laser. And that'll be the first like major, I'm going to say major challenge of the game. You beat that, then you go on to episode 2, I believe. And that's a lot more fun. That's where you really get to start using your jetpack. Well, I say it's a lot more fun, but really the game isn't all that fun. Yeah, this is the hangar. Everything is just kind of bluish looking. Blue glare to it, glow. Dark and shiny in some parts. Really not very inspiring at all. It's just like your typical alien mothership or whatever. And there's always cover. There's always boxes or rectangles or odd platforms that you can hide behind. So here you have your grenades. You got 4 grenades there. It's like a stick with a glow rod on the end of it, and you just, I forget what button it is. Maybe LT or RT. You can hold that down and it starts to charge. You can see it and you can hear it. And when it sounds like it's going to explode, it looks like it's going to explode, that's when you throw it and it'll blow up. Like the more you let it charge, the closer it will be to blowing up in front of you. But yeah, the grenades have pretty good range and do really nice damage. You can take out like a bunch of enemies, maybe 6 enemies at once with those things. He's using the alien machine gun here. It's Iridian gun, you might want to call it. It's got rapid fire, has a lot of ammo, which is pretty cool. This is your radar up in the right corner. You can see red is where the enemies are. White, that white cone is your view. Everything that you're able to see. So right now he's looking at, there's 2 enemies in front of him. There's one to his left that he's not able to see. And it gives you a basic layout of your surroundings. Really, the problem is that there's nowhere to really, there's no safe spots. Like everywhere you go in the game, no matter where you are, if there's enemies anywhere around, that they can pretty much shoot you. Especially in this hangar, I couldn't even find one safe spot. Okay, I take that back. You can get down this little groove, and you can go into these little sections down here in the doorway, and that's kind of a safe spot, but you have to get all the way down there. But anywhere else, you can get shot at, and you will get shot at. They'll find you and they'll shoot you, so you got to stay on the move. The trick to surviving this game is constantly running around, always moving. There's a scene where you're about to fly into the tunnel. You're just about to go into the hangar there. and you can fly in there. Once you get into this little area in the hangar here, you start going faster, and it's weird because you don't really understand why all of a sudden you picked up speed. You'll just fly head first straight into that wall, crash, and die. You know, you've got to hit the brakes, hold the brakes. At the same time, you're pointing and aiming and holding the button down for the machine guns. It's just pretty annoying. Then you got to remember to press the A button to hover, and you know, you got to also control the directional pad, or not the directional pad, the analog stick, to find a spot where you can land. It's really annoying. So it's easier to just go in there slowly and hovering. But that doesn't help you when you're trying to destroy the enemies. You want to use your jetpack. What you can do is fly in there, and when you start to get close to the wall, you can do the turnaround. And then you come back the other direction, and you turn around again to go back in. You just keep repeating that. But the enemies will be hiding, and it'll be really difficult to shoot them all with your jetpack. So you're pretty much going to have to go in there on foot. Oh, yeah. When you kill the enemies, sometimes they do this really cool effect here. Like, kind of explode. All this electricity goes flying. Yeah, like I said, the graphics kind of go from being really dark to being really bright. All the indoor areas are very grayish, and outside is just a big orange sky and yellow clouds, sort of. The blood is like a purplish blue. Look at it glowing there. That's all blood from the enemies. That's pretty cool looking. Yeah, the graphics are really nice, but the gameplay sucks. It's just, you know, not that interesting, not that fun. I mean, the gameplay works, don't get me wrong. The controls aren't completely broken. They're just not very interesting. They're not very fun. Alright, that's about all I have to say for this. I hope you enjoyed it, and tune in next time.